Da-na-na-na. Hey you guys, it's Jona, and today I'm super excited to share with you this month's musical of the month. This month's musical is the Addams Family musical. If I'm being honest with myself, this is probably my favorite musical. When I saw this for the first time live, my parents were with me and they said they had never seen me get so excited about a musical. I was so into it when I saw it. It was magical. It was that theater experience that just like sticks with you forever. I even got this book. I was just completely taken by it. From then on in all of my theater experiences, all I wanted to do was sing Hold, and I just wanted to be Wednesday. Which is still very true. I really want to play Wednesday Addams someday. Dream role. So the Addams Family musical is actually based on the cartoons. The very first Addams Family cartoon actually came out in 1938, which feels like forever ago. That is a long time. The first cartoon featured Morticia, though at that time she didn't even have a name. Of course, the Addams Family cartoons were done by Charles Addams. And since then, the Addams Family have become a very big part of pop culture. Everybody knows the theme song to the TV show, the da-da-na-na, da-na-na-na. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows Wednesday, everybody knows Morticia, the Halloween costumes are all over Halloween stores. There have been movies, TV shows, and now a musical. Some themes of the musical include love, growing up, honesty, and the meaning of the word normal. What's normal for the spider is a calamity for the fly. Morticia says that in the musical. I love that quote. The T and Charles Addams Foundation holds all of the rights to the Addams Family. And they actually greenlit the production of the Addams Family musical in 2007 because the producer of the show wanted to ignore all of the pop culture Addams Family stuff and focus solely on the characters that Charles Addams created. And that's what the foundation was all about. The book is by Marshall Brickman and Rick Ellis, and the music is by Andrew Lippa. I love Andrew. I love the music in this show. I'm going to read something from Rick Ellis and Marshall Brickman. At some point in our lives, we've all been part of a group. These groups tend to become second families, sometimes even dysfunctional families. Sometimes the bonds are stronger than with our real family. Sometimes we take them for granted and mess them up. But the eternal issues of wanting to belong, wanting to achieve, wanting to be accepted and respected, wanting a place that is home, those are shared by every family. For Gomez, Morticia, and every member of their clan, living, dead, and undecided, life is complicated, choices are painful, and love can be a torment rather than a joy. Ring a bell? We're nothing like the Addams Family, but as it turns out, we're just like them. Oh, this is from Andrew Lippa. It says, of course, the birth of the entire show is Charles Addams' sketches. The one drawing I kept being drawn to shows Gomez pushing Wednesday on a swing. The swing, hanging from a tree limb just beyond the house, is a broom, presumably a witch's. It's a peaceful, almost normal scene of filial love. This panel inspired Gomez's song, Happy Sad. This show in particular has gone through a ton of changes. Between off-Broadway and Broadway and touring, it's crazy how much the show has evolved and changed. So the songs Plandango, Passionate and True, At 7, and The Second Banana were replaced with When You're in Addams, Where Did We Go Wrong, Morticia, and Just Around the Corner. And the songs One Normal Night, Full Disclosure Part 2, Crazier Than You, Move Towards the Darkness, and Tango de Amor were rewritten. Even though the cast remained the same throughout, the plot was changed like crazy. It focused a lot on Wednesday, and they wanted more for Gomez and Morticia, which is why a lot of the songs changed and a lot of the dialogue changed. It's insane how much the show has changed throughout the years. It is not the same show at all. But in my opinion, all of the changes were very positive. I like the version we see now in high schools and the one that I saw on tour. It definitely changed for the better. Presto, one of my favorite actresses in musical theater, was actually in the ensemble at the start of this. But as an ensemble member, she went through many auditions for Wednesday for a show that was barely even written. She got the part and originated the role of Wednesday, and I look up to her so much. Of course, at Chris's side were Nathan Lane, who I also love, Timon from the Lion King people. He played Gomez, and his accent I really liked. Some people didn't like it, but I thought it was good. And alongside him as Morticia was Bebe Neuwirth. Kevin Chamberlain played Uncle Fester, and many of you might know him from the Disney Channel series Jessie. He was also Horton in Seussical, so he definitely has a musical theater background. Terrence Mann plays Mal Beinecke. Terrence Mann, the legend, the living legend. So this was a star-studded cast. The show finally opened on Broadway on April 8th, 2010 at the Lund-Fontanne Theater. It closed on December 31st, 2011 and ran for 722 performances. Now, the show got a lot of mixed reviews. It was like either people loved it or they hated it. Critics didn't really like it, but the people that saw it, the audience members, really liked it. It was really unbalanced. The show did win some awards despite the bad reviews. They won a Dramatist Award for Outstanding Set Design and a ton of Broadway.com Audience Awards. So for the Broadway.com Audience Awards, they won Favorite New Musical, Favorite Performance by a Featured Actor, Kevin Chamberlain, Favorite Breakthrough Performance, Krista Rodriguez, and Favorite Onstage Pair, Nathan Lane and Bebe Neuwirth. The audiences were into it. I don't see why the critics didn't like it. Well, I do see why. It has changed a lot. It's definitely better now than the version that was on Broadway. So the show closed on Broadway and went on to do a national tour. This national tour included a new central plot conflict and new songs. Since then, this show has become a staple in many high schools. In 2014 and 2015, this was the #1 musical done by high schools. I saw it locally and I just think it's such a good musical. Whether it's the tour, whether it's high schools doing it, whether it's just community theater doing it, I love it. The characters are funny and relatable and the story just grabs you. I think this is a really good show for character actors like me. I'm definitely a character type actor. It's something you can just have fun with and be kooky and ooky and spooky. Even though it's very silly and macabre and like, you know, it's very real. It deals with real things that we all go through. I know there are dads out there that can relate to Gomez, moms that can relate to Morticia, and teens and tweens and adults that can relate to Wednesday. You can see yourself in these characters, and that's what I really like about it. A little fun fact that I thought was funny that I wanted to include in this video is about Grandmama. In the TV series, the grandmother was Gomez's mother, and in the films, she was Morticia's mother. In the musical, they make a joke about this, and I think it's hilarious. Morticia's very annoyed, and she's like, your mother visited and she's never left, she's still living in our attic. And then Gomez is like, my mother? I thought she was your mother. There's a lot of moments like that that just really make me laugh. I'm actually sad that this video is kind of short because there isn't much information out there about this show. I did a lot of research and this is what I found. It makes me sad because this is my favorite musical and I want to know everything about it. So let me know in the comments below if you've seen The Addams Family or if you've been in it. I love you all. Stay beautiful, people. Bye! There are so many things I love about this show. I could go on forever about it. From Uncle Fester's ukulele interludes, to Wednesday's costumes, I want to wear all of them, to Gomez being stuck like a bull in the ring, to the dancing, to the costumes, to the set design. Oh, it's just so good! The Addams Family. When you're an Addams. Na, 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 na. Okay, this needs to end. Do not leave me alone to talk about The Addams Family, guys. It's a bad idea.